Hello, and welcome back to Storyline Recapped. Today, I'm going to explain a science fiction thriller movie from 2018 called The Meg. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. In the initial scene, Jonas Taylor is an expert jumper who attempts to protect a gathering of jumpers from a destroyed submarine. Jonas prevails with regards to getting some of them ready, including Dr. Heller, yet something begins going after the sub savagely. This powers Jonas to pursue a hard decision, against Heller's dissent, to leave the submarine to get away from unavoidable demise. They get away without a moment to spare, as the inconspicuous power annihilates the submarine and vanishes. After 5 years, at Mana 1, a submerged exploration office off the shoreline of China. It is worked by a gathering of researchers led by Jack Morris and Dr. Minwei Zhang, and run by Zhang's girl Suyin, far-off Voyager DJ. Jax heard the previously mentioned Dr. Haller, Mac, Celeste, Toshi, and the Wall. They are directing a trial close to the sea depths, including bypassing baffling hydrogen, utilizing a little submarine steered by Celeste, Tosh, and the Wall, and investigating what's underneath. Everything appears to be okay from the start. However, the triplet is gone after and abandoned by something huge and quick, making them lose contact with Mana 1. They later take a stab at making power back ready, however, are gone once more, and Celeste is injured by a screwdriver getting smashed into her stomach. The remainder of the team, after much discussion, choose to accept Mac's recommendation and call Jonas in to assist with saving their abandoned companions because of his involvement in protecting individuals from such a profound, perilous region of the sea. Sadly, Jonas has been better, as he's found in a Taiwanese bar drinking consistently and irritating neighborhood boat proprietors whom he continues passing over to fix their boats. Macintosh and Dr. Zhang meet with Jonas back in his room. Jonas at first attempts to renege on everything going on by offering the two beverages and prudently censuring any proposals of cash. Eventually, nonetheless, he consents to go along and help. In the interim, Suyin attempts to go down and salvage the caught team herself in a smaller than normal sub soon after Jonas shows up. Jonas takes off after her to help, however not before promising Suyin's young little girl Mei Ying that he'll bring her mother back free from any potential harm. Suyin rapidly tracks down the adhered sub and prepares to tow them back to the surface when a Goliath squid goes after her. Before it seems to be her sub will be harmed, the squid is immediately killed by the offender of the past assault, a 75-foot-long ancient beast shark called a Megalodon. This shark is similar to one Jonas experienced 5 years back that nearly killed him, consequently demonstrating his mental soundness. Jonas momentarily baits the shark away for certain styles and has Suyin escape back to the surface. He prevails with regards to getting Celeste and the Wall on board his vehicle. In any case, the shark returns for another assault, and Toshi penances himself so the others can circumvent, stuffing a farewell letter to his better half that he was composing before into the Wall's pocket. The shark slams the brought down the second sub, killing Toshi, while every other person gets to somewhere safe and secure. Heller later apologizes to Jonas for not trusting his cases. Everything going on isn't finished at this point, as the sub's obliteration has made a transitory pocket of hotness vent upwards and permit the shark to move to typical sea waters. While Jonas attempts to leave and every other person talks among themselves, Mei Ying is playing with an RC ball through the corridors yet is scared by the unexpected appearance of the shark. The shark attempts to nibble through the frame yet comes up short and leaves in the wake of killing a whale. The gathering eventually chooses to track and toxic substance of the shark absurdly using a little boat. At first, they prevail with regards to following it, utilizing Jonas to shoot the tracker onto its balance and afterward reel him back in, scarcely trying not to get eaten by the shark. Then Suyin goes down in a plastic tank to harm it while the others bait the shark in with a friend. This prompts an extraordinary showdown where the shark attempts to gulp down the enclosure with her in it. She prevails in poisoning the shark, yet her cover breaks, and she almost suffocates. Jonas makes a plunge after her, and they nearly get eaten by the shark. Luckily, the toxin kicks in and the shark passes on. Jonas gets Suyin back on board, and they revive her back to life. The team first celebrates by taking photos of the Wall with the shark's cadaver before he falls into the water because of a trick from DJ. Jonas, in any case, sees the shark's teeth are more modest than the ones from prior. This is intended to by a more modest, more youthful Megalodon they killed. Out of nowhere, the other greater shark from before shows up, gulping the Wall entire and snatching the other Meg's cadaver off the boat with its teeth. This makes the boat get inverted, and Dr. Zhang is seriously harmed simultaneously. The shark returns around to attempt to eat Jax, however Heller penances himself by diverting the shark to him all things considered, and he gets eaten. The enduring group avoids utilizing speedboats and Morris brings in a help helicopter to take shots at the shark, effectively pursuing it away. Notwithstanding, Dr. John kicks the bucket from his injuries in the boat, however not before sorrowful final expressions of pride to his girl. Sometime thereafter, Morris lets the team know that they're closing down Mana 1 and the experts in various Asian nations have been called to manage the shark. In any case, it turns out he's telling an obvious lie, and he brought in a minor military help to attempt to kill the shark on his own utilizing profundity charges dropped from the helicopter. He goes out on a boat with some others, and it appears to work from the get-go, just for it to turn out they exploded and killed a whale by accident, all things considered, baiting a few close by customary sharks to devour its carcass. Morris gets knocked off the getting away boat and attempts to ascend the dead whale, just to be eaten entirely by the shark. The team figures out the shark are setting out toward a close by well-known ocean side in China and plan to bait the shark away from the ocean side with whale commotion accounts and afterward torpedo it screw the smaller than normal subs. The shark at first goes after a close by Chinese wedding party on another boat and eats the lady's canine Pippin, before momentarily threatening local people at the ocean side. It quits going after when it hears the whale's commotions and takes the lure. This leads to a gigantic pursuit between Jonas and the shark, as he drives it to Suyin who hits it with a torpedo, however, it sits idle. Far and away more terrible, is that Jonas' torpedo won't fire. During the battle, a gathering of information helicopters attempting to film the activity idiotically collide with one another and the destruction crashes onto the group's boat, compelling everybody into the water. Suyin goes to help the others, while Jonas, trying to safeguard everybody, goes head-on with the shark, slicking its underside open severely with the sub. He then, at that point, escapes the sub once the shark has a go at destroying it and cuts it through the eye, mortally injuring it. 12 normal sharks move in to polish it off and decimate it, finishing the danger. With the risk past, everybody refocuses on board the wedding couple's boat, including Pippin the canine, who ended up having made do. Jonas and Suyin are probably now a couple, their sentiment being indicated all through before in the film. The film closes with everybody praising their triumph, and the seas are presently protected. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and hit the like button to help the channel out. See ya.